Coming to paperback and Kindle Unlimited, Isis, All That Glitters. The goddess next door takes on a bikini-clad bank robber in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, All That Glitters in paperback and Kindle Unlimited this March. A couple of my viewers asked me about my long-term unemployment, and nothing has changed regarding my unemployment, and on October 24th, 2018, it marked the 10-year mark with me being without a full-time job, because the last time I did have a full-time job was on October 24th, 2008. And at this point, my perception about being unemployed has completely changed, and I have resigned myself to realizing that I will probably never return to the full-time American corporate workforce. And I managed to realize this because I look at the way people are, because I recently, a couple of months ago, went out here and I had a phone interview with a female from one of these security companies, and the female laughed as I told her about my last full-time job. So at this point, I realized that it's just not going to happen with me working in corporate America, and I need to spend my time and resources focused on ventures that will be far more productive than going out here and looking to work at somebody else's company, especially when the companies just aren't interested in what I have to offer. Because with the intangible of time, it's something I just don't have to waste, because I don't have that much time left, being 45 years old, and I feel that it's just a waste of resources to keep spending money on dry cleaning and bus fare and continuing to go online searching for a job that's just not going to come, because the definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing and expecting a different result. And I have been doing the exact same thing, continuing to try to apply for these full-time jobs, and I realize that the result is just not going to change. So instead of me going out here and continuing to look for a full-time job that I'm not going to get, what I want to do now is focus on more ventures like the SJS Direct publishing imprint and increasing sales of SJS Direct books. And I also want to focus on continuing to build the Shawn James platform on social media. And over the last couple of months, I have made a lot of progress building up the Shawn James platform with the help of Obsidian Radio and making appearances on Obsidian Radio, and the help he gave me with the Shawn James Initiative. And with that help, I was able to start building momentum. And I've continued to push forward with that momentum. And with that momentum, I've started going out here and doing live streams. And the live streams I have done over the last couple of months, last 2 months, have been extremely positive. A lot of people enjoy the live streams. They enjoy the conversations that we have on the live streams and the discussions we have on the live streams. I mean, last Friday, I just did my first Black Goth live stream, and that live stream was one of the most successful live streams I've done. That one got a lot of people interacting during that live stream. And on the rewatch, I got even more people watching. A lot of people in the goth scene really enjoyed that live stream, and I'm definitely planning to do another Black Goth live stream sooner rather than later. And one of the things I'd love to do is a goth live, not only a goth live stream, but a goth Google Hangout where I talk with other popular goth YouTubers, and we discuss the goth subculture and the goth subculture as related to the black community. Moreover, I would like to do other goth live streams, and one of the ones I would love to do is one talking about being an introvert and overcoming being an introvert, because a lot of goths struggle with that issue of being introverted and having to deal with the anxiety as related to it. So that's another live stream I definitely want to do sooner rather than later. And right now I have a lot of comic fans that are asking me to do other types of live streams, and I'm planning on doing another comic related live stream next Wednesday, and that one is going to be talking about how to publish your book and get your books ready, and what software you need to use, and the tools that I use to go out here and publish books and on publishing platforms. So I'm going to be talking about that next Wednesday at noon. And again, the live streams have been very productive. They've been building a lot of momentum, and I want to do at least start doing 2 live streams a week in addition to the daily videos that I produce. So that's what I'm focused on right now. And the other thing that I'm focused on is increasing sales for the SJS Direct imprint. Now, a lot of people, they saw my ad on Sandman's videos, and that's something I'm doing now, and I want to try to branch out and do more advertising, because I started last year with Facebook advertising, but that didn't really yield too many results. But the advertising I've done with Sandman has gone very well, and I also want to focus on doing more advertising, because I believe that I have really solid books, but the big problem always has been that I just don't have the advertising platform to reach more readers, and that's what I'm focusing on trying to improve and get progress on, is going out here and getting the more exposure in more popular venues, because once people find my books, they actually go out here and buy them. And what I want to do is use those platforms to build the word of mouth to get more sales. So I'm working on that right now with the advertising. And in addition to working on the advertising, I'm also working to try to increase sales for the SJS Direct books by doing things, again, like those appearances on Obsidian Radio. And I remember talking to a Black Nerd guy, one of the guys who does a Black Nerd radio show, when I was at the Schaumburg, and they were having the Black Comic Book Festival, and he wanted me to make an appearance. I wish I could get back in touch with him, because I'd love to make that appearance as well. And that's something I'd like to do. I'd like to do more radio shows. I'd like to do more Google Hangouts with guys like Ethan Van Sciver, if that was ever possible. And I want to go out here and promote on more platforms to build the SJS Direct imprint, get it more exposure, get more exposure on different platforms, and get exposure for my upcoming projects, like these stuff in the SJS Direct 2019 catalog, the 2 books that are out right now, Isis, All That Glitters, which is now out in paperback, Esteem, Goddess of, and the upcoming John Haynes Dark Succubus. Right now, I'm trying to work out on the concept for the cover for Dark Succubus. The only thing that's holding it back is the cover, and that's what I'm working on right now. And I'm also getting ready to launch the Isis graphic novel Indiegogo. So that's another venture I'm working on, and I'm hoping that I can get the Isis graphic novel Indiegogo funded, because that's a major project I want to get out here for readers, and it's a major project that I would love to share with readers. So again, I am working hard these days, and I'm working harder than I ever did at any corporate office, and all of this work I'm doing right now, again, is the exact same work I would want to do at one of these corporate offices. Unfortunately, most of the people at the corporate offices, they didn't want to take a risk on me, so I'm going to take the risk on myself and invest in myself, because this is what I've always wanted to do ever since I graduated college at the top of my class in my 20s. And it was the thing that I always wanted to do when I went out here and tried to enter the workforce. Now, as I see it, I am really working for myself. I'm a self-employed man at this point, and the only person who's going to help me make a living is the living God, and all of you guys supporting me. And I'm trying to follow what God told me and keep going, and I'm trying to keep moving forward, and I'm starting to make a little progress, and I'm still working towards getting towards that big break, and I'm trying to get to that breakthrough point, and I believe that I'm moving in the right direction right now, because as things are going, I'm starting to build a larger audience. I'm starting to get towards the 10,000 sub mark on YouTube, and I'm trying to get my sales up to the point where I can go out here and have some serious numbers. With books like Man Crisis now at over 100 sales, it's looking like I'm starting to get some numbers coming up, but I really have a lot more work to do. Now, there are some people who want to be detractors and they want to say I'm a so-called failed writer, but that's not the case at all. What they don't understand is that it takes a lot of work to get to this point, and it takes a lot more work to get to the point that people in corporate America and white America call so-called success. They want to see you get these huge numbers like your Stephanie Meyers and your E.L. James, when they don't understand is that you don't have the advertising machine or that type of resources behind you, so you're not going to have those big major numbers. And a success for a small independent writer is something like getting 100 sales on a book, and that's a major milestone for a book, because that means that you're starting to build an audience for a book. And Man Crisis was a major success. I mean, for a book that was released in October, late October, and promoted for the last couple of months to get to 100 sales, that's a major milestone for an indie writer. And I look at that as a major milestone for my career, because here I have a nonfiction book that has done very well in the last 5 months, and I'm still trying to build towards further success with SJS Direct books in the current catalog and books on the backlist. So I'm looking at things right now, and I may not have a full-time job working for somebody's company, but I have a job working for myself. Now, I always wanted to have a full-time job, and I really wanted to have one before my father passed away, because I wanted him to see me going out here and putting in full work at a full-time job. And I believe that if I was working at a full-time job, it really would have encouraged him and in his last days. And there was something I wanted to do. Unfortunately, God doesn't have that to go that way. So I'm going to just try to make the best way possible, trying to build this SJS Direct imprint and going out here and doing things for my customers, like the live streams I've been doing, and going out here and continuing to build on the momentum Obsidian gave me with the Shawn James Initiative. I really thank him for all the help he has given me, because that help started helping me to move forward and building that momentum. And now I'm starting to try to continue to keep the momentum going. And right now, I really need everybody's help to keep the momentum going. I mean, every book that you buy helps me to continue to build the platform. And as I build the platform, I go out here and I hire people like artists to design the covers, and I can go out here and pay for advertising. And again, that's me putting other people to work and putting money to work and making that investment grow even further. So if you want to continue helping me in this situation, again, you can continue to buy the books. You can continue donating via PayPal and Patreon, because that's how I have the money to pay the bills for the internet or things like Netflix, so I can do reviews or even go out here and buy the movie tickets and to go to movies whenever I have a chance to, because I'm so busy these days in between working on books, working on videos, and doing live streams. I do all that work, and it's a lot of man hours, a lot of manpower, and it's your support that keeps this channel going, and it's your support that keeps me going out here to go out here and continue moving forward and making progress. Every book that you buy helps me to continue to increase my sales numbers, and it continues to enable me to continue producing more books like The Man Crisis, like the ISIS series, like the E-Steam series, like the John Haynes series that a lot of people asked me for, and like books like the Spinsterella trilogy, and my nonfiction books like Stop Simpin', Manginas, Misadventures of Captain Save-A-Ho, and 70% of Black Women Are Single, and The Man Crisis. All those books wouldn't be in the marketplace in many cases without people asking me for them. Because I remember several books people have asked me for. I went out and brought them to the marketplace, and people came out and bought them. So at this point, as I see it, I'm not unemployed, I'm self-employed, and I'm looking to take care of business for my readers, and I'm looking forward to providing my customers with the best quality service possible. So that's what I'm focused on right now. My perception about my situation has changed, and right now I'm no longer looking for work. I'm looking to work for my customers, and I'm looking to work towards giving them the best quality books possible, the best quality videos possible, and the best quality live streams possible. What I want to do now is continue to, again, expand the platform, and I want to go out here and improve the quality of my videos. Might try to focus on the lighting situation next, and I may be focusing on other parts of making a better production possible. So I'm asking everybody to hang in there and continue to support me, because if it wasn't for your support, I wouldn't have made this much progress, and with your support, I can continue to make more progress. So if you want to continue helping me, you can click the link in the description box and pick up one of the SJS Direct publications, or you can donate via PayPal or Patreon by clicking the link in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, E-Steam: The Sands of Time. It's action and adventure in ancient Egypt in this terrific teen time travel romance. Get your copy of E-Steam: The Sands of Time at your favorite online bookseller today.